I got a little knowledge already. I had met some lady like 3 years ago. I was been supposed to come here. Like, I think I met her in a band. She's an older lady. Band was like a Brooklyn, like, yeah, they be having events. I took my daughter to some event in there. I met her. She invited me to come here, but I ain't never had the time really. And I called like yesterday or Saturday, I think, and I spoke to Najee, and he was like, come on 7 and 9 on Mondays or Tuesdays or Saturday, and then y'all got the boxing class. I asked him, can I bring my daughter to the boxing class and all that? On Sundays, 1 to 4. Yeah, so I would
2 to 5.
Oh, 2 to 5?
So, what did you learn so far?
I ain't really learned no lessons, but I learned like about like the Moors and shit like that. Like stuff like that I know about. I've been knowing about that for like the past 10 years. But I ain't never like get no lessons like God body stuff. Like.
Yeah. So, well, what you mean? Like you got literature from them? You was amongst them?
Nah, I wasn't around them. I'm saying like knowledge as far as like who we are as people and shit like that.
Alright.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, I know nothing.
It's my little brother.
He be into it heavy. He be telling me stuff. Knowledge itself and stuff. I don't know anything. I'm still learning as we go.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
29?
24.
24, okay.
Yeah.
You know the knowledge degree in one check?
Say that again?
You did.
No, we didn't get to the lesson yet.
Alright.
Yeah, we go through like a series of questions and like who you are and where you from. Like, you know, before you came in, exactly, you know, building with your brother. Yeah. You know, like who, you know, where you came from.
Where from?
Yeah. I'm originally from the Bronx. I grew up in Brooklyn, but I got knowledge here. Harlem, right here in this class. So yeah, that's you know that's my history.
So what do y'all got so far? Like, how long you been studying this kind of stuff?
I just got introduced to this like 2013. One of my little homies, we used to do crimes and shit when he was teens and shit. And then one day I ran into him. He was a assistant for some dude named Herbert Daughtry, some pastor from House of the Lord. So he told me about the Moors and all that, and then he invited me to the church. I started going there, but I ain't like stay consistent with it, and I ended up building with Herbert Daughtry, and like the rest was history. I ain't never like stayed with the church though, but that's how.
Was it the Church of the Moors?
Huh?
So it was the Church of the Moors?
It was called it's called House of the Lord.
Oh, House of the Lord. Okay.
Yeah, and so it was a Pentecostal church, so with the dude you walking in, you got the black Jesus and all that in there, like. Son, like,
and Tupac
is the leader, yeah. Like, son is the leader. You could look him up, like her.
So where do you think you at right now in your studies?
Huh? Yo, I'm like him. I don't know nothing, but I know something. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not. I know more than him, but
he know way more than me.
What you heard about us that made you think we might be the way?
Well, the stuff the type of time I'm on, that's I heard that y'all on this type of stuff I'm on, like the knowledge, like y'all just know more than me, way more than me. That's all. But I don't know.
Well, this is a particular knowledge because you just, you know, as you was building, you was sharing your story, you went through like a different. You was in a house of the Lord. You was dealing with like Moors.
Nah, I wasn't dealing. I'm saying I was learning. Off YouTube documentary.
Okay,
shit,
no,
like colors and all that.
No. And that's
I never met a Moor in my life, honestly.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I'm about the history of it. You know.
Right. No, I'm just a distinction.
Where's your family from?
Well, my mom's Americanized really, but her pops is Guyanese and Jewish, but he ain't really raise her.
Yeah.
So my pops is Cherokee Indian, so I know more about that. Out of everything I got in my family, more about the Indians.
Alright, so
About
what you know about that?
And I know they took our land and they lied us and try to rewrite our history. But my older family always told me like a lot about the Indians. Like, we not black, they just label us with it. Like shit like that. Like
That's a little bit different from my side.
But not like on some we not black, but like how they saying it's a color, like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like they labeled it. They labeled it. They use it as a label to box us in a box. We more than that though.
See, here's the thing. See, when you deal with that science, right?
Mm-hmm.
They say things like, black was made up, like in the, what is it? Like 1700s or something.
Yeah, like the
term. The definition of black.
Yeah.
See, no. See, what arose at that time, right, is the characteristics and the kind of, how right it was to oppress you based on your race.
Right.
Right? That's what arose at that time. Right? But if you think for 1 minute that I'm going to step off a boat in Norway and people ain't going to notice, that's something different. When
she told me that shit, I was arguing with her. I'm like,
people say that didn't exist in the ancient world.
Yeah.
That's not true. Aristotle said the Ethiopians was cowards because their skin was black. I'm saying it was recognition of it necessarily when they saying that, okay, your position in society is based on your race. That's something that started happening.
That's what she was trying to say. She was trying to tell me like shit is a facade, basically. All of that shit that they preached us and that we follow, like the system was like how they label us and all that. That's a facade, and they lied to us our whole life. They took our land and shit like that. She was on that type of time with me. That's what she meant when she was saying we not black. Like we original. Like we aboriginal. Like.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying that's not our teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Like we, like you said, we said we the original people.
Right? We are.
But what I'm saying is, see, that's why I asked you about your particular people, right? Now, my particular, my mother's family, right? They got a particular history that is preserved, right? Where, we got over here because of the transatlantic slave trade. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of the people that, they have that idea that we the Indians, they deny that occurred. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think.
And some of them actually claim my very people to say
What's
that.
your nationality?
I'm from America.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But my family, right, is the Geechees. Right? And they got a particular history.
They in America too though. Like
exactly.
North Carolina and shit.
South Carolina,
yeah.
Georgia, a little bit North Carolina.
I got some
too.
family in Geechees and my family too.
Yeah, but I'm saying they got there from the transatlantic slave trade.
Oh, they follow that.
Huh?
You saying they follow that they
I'm
came
saying
from?
that's the preserved history,
Mm-hmm.
right? Orally, and it's the preserved history in the culture.
You believe that? That we came here on boats and all that? I don't believe that.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was getting at the same time. You know what I mean? Look. See, you asked me if I believe that. Right? See, once we go into that, right, then things could be fallible now. Because now we using our logic, right, and what we think is right. There's got to be some level of empiricism. You know what I'm
What
saying?
that word mean?
That means that we actually experiment and see what happens. You see what I'm saying? Some
Like a guinea
things,
pig?
huh?
Like a guinea pig, kind of?
Not like a guinea pig, but like, you know how like this team right here, they seem like they the winners on paper.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. See, we can sit there and figure, well, nah, this team got this person, they average this. But see, they got to get on the court and play the game.
They got to prove and show
You
proof.
know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Right.
You see what I mean? So when you say I believe that, you know, I'm saying that the evidence supports, right? You know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like I've seen a lot of people. You know, I don't know where they at. You know, but I'm saying like, you know, around places like, you know, Ladies Island, Hilton Head Island, Bluffton, Ridgeland, you know, they wasn't, I ain't never seen them around there and stuff they be saying. I ain't never seen that stuff happening in them places. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Ever.
So,
Right.
you know, I you know, but
They each his own, right?
I don't know everybody from down here. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, it's possible, whatever histories is whatever it is, but see, that's why I asked you, see, when you say the knowledge itself, right? Anytime you join something, right, you want to start learning about the history of all these people, right? You know, if you become a Moor, right, you're going to learn about the science of Nobu Ali. You know what I'm saying? You're going to learn about the science of different Moroccan rulers, you know what I'm saying? You know, generals, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? If you become a Muslim, you're going to learn about Fard and Elijah. You know what I'm saying? If you become a 5%, you're going to learn about Allah and first time born.
He be knowing.
You understand what I'm saying? You see what you know about you.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I know I'm creative. I know that. I know I can write music. I know I'm a children's book author.
Yeah.
I know how to make some money, make $1 out of nothing if it comes.
Yeah.
So I know that. I know a lot.
Music.
Alright, now look.
No, I'm a father.
What if all the radios in the world got smashed?
I ain't on the radio, so
Yeah,
that shit ain't
but-
going. I ain't on the radio.
You gotta hear your music somehow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You
I
know
ain't
what I'm
on the
saying?
radio.
You can't even hear, you know what I'm saying, all the speakers in the world, what they got smashed. Where you gonna be then?
You said what I'm gonna be then?
Yeah, you see, all that stuff is in the world of 6 right here.
Material.
It was a time that didn't exist.
Yeah.
See, now you get into the signs that you said of the original man. Before that existed, right? Did you still have that power?
Yeah.
Yes,
I
you
mean,
did.
I did, but
See, the
it was not.
creativity is in you,
Yeah.
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 and you only applied it through that. See, that's why you got to know who you are. That's why you got to know who you are. See, you come here, that's all I can really tell you. You see what I'm saying? If you're looking for the keys to the empire, nah, that's heavy lifting. You see what I'm saying? I can tell you with the power you have in you to do that heavy lifting.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You know, you know what's the most important reason, you gotta get the knowledge right now, right?
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's a fact.
You see what I'm saying? Because like I said, you gotta realize, like I said.
I know what type of world we live in too.
Exactly.
This shit crazy.
Exactly. You see, you gotta understand that it's different from this world up here, right? Where everything is ideal. It goes according to your ideas. You see, in this world out here, we gotta be prepared in a different kind of way. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? To survive out there.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So exactly how to do that. What knowledge you need and what knowledge you don't need. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Some knowledge just seems like you need it, but really in the long term, it would have been better if you never knew that shit. It would have been better if you didn't even know that shit existed. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So, all of these are the things that, as we continue to refine what we know and what we understand, right? With generation and generation, we deal with elevation. You see what I'm saying?
Each one teach one.
Yeah. So see, like how you said, like, with your family, like, yo, you said they Americanized. Usually that means, they. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. See, that happens when people lose that knowledge of self, whoever they was before that happened.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because they got caught up in this world. Mm-hmm. You see what I mean? That's why you gotta be able to have that knowledge and wisdom to hand to the next generation.
That's why I wanted my little brother to come with me here.
Thanks.
Right.
So yeah, this right here, I do a live stream on YouTube.
On YouTube?
Class. Yeah.
What's your YouTube page?
It's,
subscribe to it.
What is it?
You don't even know that. you gotta know that.
You got the Random Jewels channel.
You said the what?
That's the Random Jewels channel.
I think
Random Jewels.
I
Random
think it
Jewels.
says Dark can be a lot of Christ on it though.
Well, if you YouTube both of them, that'll come up with Random Jewels.
Oh man.
And then there's a Law School in Mecca YouTube channel.
Random. Go ahead.
Random. Yeah, see, that's what's going on there. And this here is a Law School in Mecca. Sometimes it's the same where we building together like this. And sometimes I'm out and about and traveling.
Samuel Jackson was here too before. Samuel Jackson was here too before. I see a picture.
Yeah, it's not Samuel Jackson.
Oh, it's not. Who that?
That's not Samuel Jackson.
Oh, I'm bugging. Nah, I'm violent.
Samuel Jackson.
Right here. Yo, he don't look like Samuel Jackson. Look.
He do though.
He look like
really
his
do.
cousin or something.
Nah, he really do look like cousin Jackson.
That's crazy.
I knew everything. I knew everything.
I looked up this shit like September.
You see the other one? I'll show you the other one.
First day here too?
Law School in Mecca.
Yeah.
I think I just subscribed it. Yeah, I subscribed to this one.
Yep.
But the other one, that was it though. But it's called God Can Be a Lot Crazy.
Yeah.
How you feel like being here and stuff?
He still came back. He here since September.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I was coming like once or twice a week, and then I ain't coming like a month. I'm not gonna lie, but it's definitely an element where I feel like I I've grown, just understood things differently.
Yeah.
My perspective on things changed. Like, just learning, well, even just through simple conversation, just like realize what he's saying or like the message behind it. And then just applying it to my actual life or seeing like what I can learn from him. So, yeah, I feel like, yeah, it's a good element to just learn about yourself. Or see just the type of person that you are.
Yeah, what's one?
Rabbit.
What's that?
Wait till you see this one.
Knowledge of self.
Open it. You want one, bro?
Huh?
You want one?
Oh, no, please. Getting in this culture is like it's a self-examination of yourself, really.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who you are.
Yeah.
And paying attention to what you're about. And you can learn about everybody else in your history or their history, but you gotta know your history, know yourself, know what you want out of this, and what you know. This is kind of like it's like a food. You gotta know is that what you want for yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's the food that you want to eat, that you want to ingest. Sometimes you want to eat, you don't want to eat what's here. You know what I'm saying? Like, the science here is the black man is God. You know what I'm saying? But then you may deal with some other schools of thought that may say like, oh, we not black. You see what I'm saying? But here, we're going to teach you that the black man is God, and there's a reason why we say that the black man is God. Right? And we can build on that. Again, it's like your choice. How do you see it? How you see yourself? You may say, "Oh, I ain't no black man, so I don't black." Like no. I'm just saying, just for instance. You know what I'm saying?
Put the park in real quick, Lord.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
I'm just saying that's what the whole.
Okay, yeah. We right here though.
Cool.
All right, please.
That's my Steve right there. That's my. But today we got actually we got a full house in here today. See if you get all of this on camera. Little round of applause for the new people that we got here today. So, we was just going over a little bit of, saying what they know about the knowledge itself, you know what I mean? Because, when people come here, we know that they already been exposed, to something to know that this place exists. You know what I'm saying? So, we, back to square, but you, brother, though, same question to you. What made you think, well, you said you passed this place for years.
Yeah.
And this is the first time you stopped.
It's the first time I walked in here.
All right, what made you,
I have some surface knowledge, watching lectures and things like that. I know a couple of older brothers that been kicking knowledge to me for a while. But I never was interested until I, became interested basically. So I've been interested for a while in walking past this place, but I never knew really where to go to get more knowledge than what other people is telling me. I don't tend to believe everything I hear.
all right, so what is the question that you wanted to know? Like, what is it that you're saying, if I knew that, I'd be on the path to, because we might not have the answer.
Yeah, understood. Let's say something serious about myself. Actually, in my family right now, it's a lot of older people in my family. You know what I'm saying? I'm like the youngest man in my family. Besides my son, my son is 14. And it's a lot of women in my family, and they didn't have a lot of children. You know what I'm saying? So my family getting smaller and smaller and smaller. You know, and I find myself being by myself a lot, thinking a lot, questioning a lot of things, you know, and just analyzing things differently, you know. Growing up, my perspective always been different, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Sagittarius man, always been outspoken and shit like that. So, you know, I read and I write very well, you know. So I'm just interested in learning more than what I know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, see, this is a very specific kind of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that, you know, you want to know more than what you know, right? You know, you could Google.
Understood. And that I don't really trust. I'd rather sit in class and get some knowledge. I'm not really that young to go on Google and learn everything.
Enemies.
I'm saying, look, I see, you gotta remember, I'm on the inside,
right.
I'm on the inside looking out.
Right, we gonna tell you.
So I don't know, like, now I'm saying,
yeah, right.
So I'm saying, look, y'all here today, right? What's the question you wanted to ask your 5% about whatever it is? That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
See, if y'all was like her, right? I would just tell you.
Tell you.
Right. See what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. Yeah. See.
You see, y'all already come in. See, like you came in, right? And you was talking about that science, the Aboriginal science, right? See, I can't put this on top of that. You see what I mean? Your foundation is already something else. It's already built for something else. You understand what I'm saying? So if I put this knowledge on top of that, it's just going to confuse it. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, shoot, there's
a lot of questions, man.
Yeah, y'all were waiting.
There's a lot of questions.
Y'all were waiting almost 40 years, man. Yeah. See, listen. Knowing what you need to know is a part of the game. You know what I'm saying? Having the right questions, you know, when you go in anything that you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? If you're dealing with school, if you're dealing with court, if you're dealing with your family, whatever it is. You know, your daughter, when she comes home from school, you got to ask her the right questions, right, to get the right information about what she might need help with. You did your homework? Or you didn't do this? Well, what was the problem? Why you didn't get that done? Or you need, it's a science project and you need some cardboard or something. All right, let me take you to the store. You see, if you didn't ask that question, she might have been watching cartoons, and you know how kids is. Yeah. That'll slip their mind. So you gotta, in every situation, you gotta know the right questions, just like you gotta know the right answers.
Right.
Yeah.
See, that's the science with this. This is the supreme mathematics, right? Is, see, just what I'm telling you right now, it's about how I go about doing things.
I was just about to ask you.
You understand what I'm saying? It's an actual pattern for success. You see what I'm saying? It's not really like all these, if you just want like a whole bunch of facts, yeah, you can look them up anyway. Like we don't have, you know, the 5%, we don't have our own facts.
Nah, I ain't really comfortable.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not like you come here and we're going to teach you that, you know, the world is really a different size than what you learn.
Nah, I ain't coming for that. I ain't coming for
what
that.
I'm saying? Yeah, we got all the same knowledge, you know what I mean? But it's just that as you walking through life and things is happening around you, right? A lot of times you don't know why it's happening. You know what I mean? And because you don't know why it's happening, you don't know who's causing it to happen, right? You can't make no kind of prediction on how you can live. You understand what I'm saying? But once you get a certain pattern, you get certain knowledge to where you know how to identify everybody, who there is and what there is, right? Then you can deal with them. That's the science of mathematics, right? Everything that you deal with, like right now, right? The only thing y'all knew, all three of y'all, was the numbers.
You said the numbers of what? What you mean?
When I asked you how old you was, you knew how old you were.
Oh yeah, of course.
You see what I'm saying? If I ask you what your address is, that's a number. If I ask you what your weight is, that's a number. Yeah. Right? When you go to science class, right? And you got all those formulas that explain how the world works, right? Those are mathematical formulas. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what we're dealing with the science of mathematics. That's why I said, is it a particular thing, a particular question that you have?
That's interesting, though. Supreme mathematics is interesting. Something that I have no knowledge of, maybe a little surface knowledge, maybe heard somebody speaking on it. But, you know, I don't know anything about the lessons. I've never been introduced to the lessons or seen them or anything like that.
The lessons is something else.
Oh, okay.
See, the lessons is how you learn how to use your mathematics. That's not really, you know, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people come here, right, and they think the lessons is the most important thing I'm going to give them. The most important thing I'm going to tell you is who you are. You see what I'm saying?
Based on what we tell you.
And if,
Kinda, right?
well, see, no. You got to come up with that on your own. See, I could tell you that you got it. I can tell you that, you know, everything that's going to happen around you is going to be based upon what happens in you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
What you think.
And how you activate that. Right? Now, when you go out into the world, in every world that you go in, right, you gotta know that's who you are. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you walk into McDonald's and you don't know if you're the customer or the cashier, how you know what it stands for? How you know how to dress? Should you wear your uniform or should you wear your regular clothes? If you go to a job and you don't know if you're the CEO or the janitor, how you know what to do? You see, when you know you're the CEO, you're going to carry yourself like the CEO everywhere. When you go to a restaurant, you're not going to go to no chicken place. You're going to go somewhere where CEOs go. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, if you know that you God, you know your nature is righteousness, right? Then that start to inform you of the things that, like, remember you said in the past, certain things you might have did. See, now, if you knew you was God and your nature was righteousness, and now your duty was to save yourself and then save others, would you have done that? So see, that's the real science of this. You know, this is some y'all brothers is older, but you know, this was given out to the babies to show us how to live life in a way that be successful. You know what I mean? And you know, through that, you know, of course, an element of oppression is lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, we about knowledge, we about that. You know what I'm saying? We study facts and we analyze those facts and see what they mean. Right? But we don't have no literature. I don't have none. There's other brothers who write their own stuff, but see, when you come here, you gotta write your own book.
Right.
They see, when you go amongst the Christians, they give you the book with some people's story. You know what I'm saying? You go in the Muslims, they give you a book with some people's story in it. See what I mean? But see, this brother right here, he started writing his own book. You understand what I mean? Because he's been coming here and he's been coming for a while. So he's writing his own book, right? And then now, his family, they started from there, right? Of their book. You know what I mean? When you got the book of Job and the book of John and all the different people, right? You got your book of you. That's why I said when you come here, I can tell you that. Now when you go out there, you're going to start writing your book.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You already writing it with the ideas that you have. You see what I'm saying? You know, when you wake up, whatever it is that you're going, you already wrote that history. Now you gotta live it out. See what I'm saying? That's the hard part. See, the hard part, look, is sometimes you live it out, that's the easy part, but then the consequences for living it out would be the hard part. You understand what I'm saying? These is all the elements of mathematics when you got a formula on how you living and how you drawing things up. So now you know how to make decisions, you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Right now, people, I was there too before I had the knowledge. You don't know what we doing. You know what I'm saying? You look back, like, damn, should have made the other move.
I done had a couple of thoughts like that, like, damn.
Yeah, have it to the best. You see what I mean? But it's different when you using numbers, like I said, right? Instead of trying to just use your logic on everything, right? Because you don't know everything, right? Because not saying that you smart or you dumb. I'm just saying that the world change every second.
So he's
Since
saying
we've been here, there's things that happen out there. Then we go out there, we gotta get back on point. You understand what I'm saying?
Fact.
So you don't want to use your logic about what's going on out there. You want to go out there and deal with mathematics. One is knowledge. So you want to go out there and observe and pay attention to see what's going on. You see what I'm saying? So y'all still haven't thought of no question yet. Alright, we're moving right on then. I like to say that when I speak, I make things so crystal clear that there's never a question. You know what I'm saying? But at any rate, we should deal with y'all brothers.
Peace to the God.
Peace.
Almighty.
Almighty.
Good.
Yeah, I met y'all before when y'all came out here.
Yeah, Allah, live Allah cycle.
Yeah, no doubt, man. So what's the deal?
Anthony,
For those that, you know, I don't know how much y'all, how much of the other channels on YouTube y'all watch. You know what I'm saying? But we got Mr. Crip Jesus. We got Mr. Crip Jesus in the building with us today. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
You know,
Yes, sir.
one thing you gotta know, man, about the 5%, right, is that the Lord is seen and heard everywhere.
Where's the phone?
You understand what I'm saying? And in some of the slightest places where you might not think it, there's people there with knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying? Now this is by no means an endorsement. We're not affiliated with the Crips. You know, we teach everybody. No matter where you come from, you know, you can come from Mars. You come in this class, I'm gonna take you home. You know what I'm saying? But you know, peace to Mr. Crip Jesus. What you got to add on, brother?
Well, I like how you were saying Supreme Mathematics, breaking down how it's a higher science than just how some brothers would like to memorize the words and sound smart. You know what I mean? What I've learned in lessons is after you knowledge them and even after you wisdom them and bounce them off of people, what you can learn applying the actual science that's in the math there, or the geography and the dates and the places, it not only teaches you to dig deeper into what it's saying, but also how to understand how that information is almost 100 years. And you have to see how it's moving right now. That goes to knowledge degree in the 1 through 40. We writing the Holy Bible or Quran right now, you know, before and now, you know what I mean? As the cycle continues, you know, we write it every day. You know, only with mathematics can you live it out in such a fashion, because if not, everything is pretty much chaotic. It becomes spooky.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? Because, you know, when you can't answer all of the questions, right? The who, what, where, when, why, and how, right? Like you said, that's where the spookiness comes in. You know, that's where, you know, no matter what you're dealing with, you could be dealing with someone in the street. The people that don't know, that's the people who start making shit up. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, yes, I mean, that's what happens every time, right? So that's one of the reasons why, we explore all of the knowledge, right? Because now that's where people can come in and say, this happened or that happened. We in the time now, you know, after the 50s and 60s, you gotta remember, people that went to school before that was taught that black people had no history. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, this knowledge right here was, this was born in 1964, right? So all of that is in a time where, all of these facts is just coming in. Even right now, trust me, there's things that
hidden.
that y'all knew growing up, right? That we didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That research, you know, brothers had to write that history. Brothers had to go back. You know, our own historians, our own scientists had to go back and research certain things.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And now that knowledge is out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's important to us, right? But at the same time, you know, don't mistake that for what you got to do with the knowledge. See, that's the important
How
thing.
you apply it?
Yeah. See, the reality is, look, you can buy it. Where's that on Amazon?
Well,
How much? It's on Amazon. The lessons.
Is it on? Is it on Amazon?
Where's
Yeah.
Brown?
Yeah, he got it's a red cover and a black.
Oh,
and gold.
Supreme Wisdom is on that.
No. He got the red and white cover and the black and gold cover. Yeah, you can just buy that. You understand what I'm saying? But she, you know, today is the 14th, right? We say that's knowledge coaching, right? See, knowledge, yeah, that's something you put up here, right? But culture is something that you live. You see what I'm saying? You can have the knowledge, you can know all those facts and be able to quote all of that, right? But you don't know how. It's just like, look, nobody knows what ancient Egyptian sounds like. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They never, you got all the letters and shit and everything, all the symbols, but you
don't
never
know how to
heard nobody
talk.
speak.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm
Wasn't around
saying?
it.
You don't really know what their food tastes like. Like, you know they ate this, but you don't know exactly how much magic they put in there with the season. You know what I mean? Just like, look, you know, some shit to me, just when I hear it, shit sounds nasty. Right? But I don't know how it tastes. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it was to live in that place at that time. You see what I'm saying? See, and that's another reason why, you know, you can learn a lot of stuff you want. But you can learn about the great Sumerians, you can learn about the great Egyptians, you can learn about the great Moroccans. We in the hood right now, right here, son.
Yeah.
Whatever that, if this would have added up to, son, and we got to get out from right here.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's peace. They did all that, and now we got to show and prove that we those same people by doing that right here, right now. You understand what I'm saying? So all that stuff right there, yeah, all right. 30 dynasties, huh? Right now, saying we right here, and the shit that's going on around us is what's going on around us. That ain't helping us. See, that's why I told you, man. What I can tell you is that you got it. And whatever's happening around you is because of whatever's happening in you.
I understand that.
Yeah.
All the ways.
Yeah, I got a question.
Same.
Young God here, you was God Almighty, right?
Yes, sir.
Please God, you was born in this.
Yes, sir.
So you know, from your perspective, like, you know, how you see growing up in this culture and having, you know, the knowledge of yourself in this day and time.
This day of time. Let me think about that. It was just like, you know what I'm saying, teaching in 85, it could also be easy if you building with them on their standpoint, cause I never been at 85, but you have 85 friends. Right.
Of course.
So on their standpoint, you just go off of that and try to teach them. They don't want to learn, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They don't want to learn, fuck them.
But there's a counterculture, like the 85 is like the counterculture to what you're used to in your household.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And what was that like? Like, I mean, were you influenced, or did you feel like, cause you got family that's your whole family, your whole family is so when Christmas came around, that didn't really bother you because you have family.
Nah, they ain't bother me. Like, I ain't celebrate Christmas. You probably get a couple of, presents for your family members as 85ers, but other than that, like, niggas don't, and we're guys, we don't give
know about no Christmas, you know what I'm saying?
That's how I feel.
No pagan holiday, none of that shit, bro. Like, we don't give nothing about that, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Big space.
So, you gotta make knowledge born, make it, you know what I'm saying, best. You know what I'm saying, till like you live it out, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? You gotta live it out. As long as you living it out, that's what's and teaching, you feel me? And putting together and teaching the people around you. Like, you're not teaching the people around you, just hanging with 85ers all day. Like, say like you a blood and you a god or you a crip, whatever. And you hang around your homies, you around them all day, but you ain't teaching them, you just following along, you just being a follower, you feel me? But you teaching them and you feel me, you're building a site, you're building a nation between you feel me? You're building a squad, you know what I'm saying, a live team, a unit, you feel me? All unit. But you just doing that, you just gonna fall victim.
You're gonna be 85%.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You'll be part of that.
Yeah.
So what was put in you by your old dad is the one who gave you the knowledge, right?
Yes, sir.
So what was put in you put into your peers.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 19. I was born.
Not born peace.
Peace.
How was y'all trip though?
Oh man,
Oh man, yeah.
Man.
Was it a little difficult?
it was cool, but it's just now
I
why?
don't see Cypress.
Y'all immune to this. This is like
Where y'all just came from?
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
we
it's
came
like-
from now C. You know what I'm saying? Just came
Oh, y'all was in now C.
Yeah, it was.
I feel like I
Oh,
spent
DC?
a buck.
No,
toes
now
already.
C. No, North Carolina.
Just spent a broken toes.
I just got out here just now?
Yeah, we just got out here.
Y'all call North Carolina now, see?
Yeah,
North Sea?
now C.
Now C.
Yeah.
I never heard that.
Me
That's
neither.
part of the alphabet. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
crazy.
Yeah, see, we got
A language.
entire language. That we
Okay,
speak.
understood.
You know what I mean?
That's what's
You
up.
see, by knowing that language, right, it's like I said, the language of the universe, right?
Mathematics.
Is the language of the universe. See, mathematics, right, is unique because it's definite, right? Meaning, one can only be one. Can't be 1.1, can't be 2, can't be minus, it can only be 1,
Right.
right? But at the same time, there's no highest number or lowest number.
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's definite, but it's infinite. And that's why it can be used to deal with everything. You see what I'm saying? See, some things you ain't got the words for. Like right now, there's something on Mars, right? But if you go over there, that's not on the planet Earth. You don't got to work for that. You know what I'm saying? Or you know how certain people, you might meet somebody from a foreign country and they can't say certain letters. That's because that letter don't exist in their native language. You understand what I'm saying? So it's hard for them to say, right? So you need a language in order to deal with all these things that's around us, what's happening.
Yeah.
That's why you got to get the mathematics. Now you get to the point of why we learn things, why we have things on cap. You see what I mean? Because we not religious people. Like I told you, you got so everything that you're dealing with, you in the front line of your life,
Yeah.
right? So on the front line of your life, you can't wait till Tuesday and Monday to come back over here to ask me what you with. You gotta be able to activate on that like that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's why you gotta have the knowledge. That's why I ain't got no book for you. And see, what I did might not be what you did. You might don't have the same talents and skills what I have to do that. You understand what I'm saying? See, what I might jumped over that, you might have to duck.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? We both gonna get out the way. Somebody else might have to side swipe. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you gotta know what you can do.
You gotta know yourself.
Yeah. See, just like this class right here, right? See, this what I can do this. You see what I mean? That's a talent. So I'm just saying that in terms of what I'm gonna add on to the whole, right? Yeah, I can teach. You understand what I'm saying? Another brother may just not be as good at words as me. It don't mean that he don't know what I know, right? But he may not be as good as words at me, right? Right. he might be an electrician. So now the signs where we in here right now with these lights, he can come and add on to that. You understand what I mean? That's when we really talking about a society. We saying we a nation. These are the things that's really like, yeah, that's what I said. We just talking, but somebody's got to fix the plumbing. You see what I'm saying? Like when people be talking about all this shit, you going over here, you going over there. I tell you, like our brother Dumont said, look, if you going to start some new place, you going to start Wakanda, let me know when y'all get bathrooms. I'm not coming out there and shit in the woods. Listen, man, that's the real. That's the all of these is the actual elements. You know, did you think about this when you really say you building a nation? You see what I mean? Because like, look, we sitting right here in this circle. This is a certain thing. We men, right? But see, right there is a baby, and it's a young lady. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes we might forget about that. Like you in the atmosphere. Like see how you just said. See in New York, y'all immune to it. We used to certain shit. Somebody got shot over there yesterday. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, they could have been right across the street. Y'all, we stand right here like we do every day. You understand what I'm saying? You know, but that don't mean that everybody in the world is prepared for that, right? And then now we come to the part where we say, all right, who said they was the maker and the owner? If you the owner, what you do with all the other shit you own? You gotta take care of it, right? You can't take better care of your sneakers than you take care of your people. You understand what I'm saying? So this is why, you know, even what we was getting into with it, I'm about to get into in a minute, why we examine each other. Because we know we on the front lines of life, right? And I'm only as strong as y'all. See, if everybody in this room go outside tomorrow, right, and mass murder, they're gonna say it was cause me. It don't matter what I said. If y'all go out there, yeah, we 5%, we just left from dark hem class. You know what I'm saying? Then what I, yes, I mean? See, I'm only as strong as y'all. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Allah is only as strong as us. Yes, I mean, in terms of, you know, whatever we do, that's how he's going to be known. That's why you got to understand what you build. You see, when you get to that degree of 140, it says, then why did God make devil? If you don't understand what you build, it can easily destroy you. Because you don't even know what the fuck it is. You don't understand it. See, you didn't even take the time to make sure that what you was building was the best part. Universally. Not just in your mind, right? Like we were saying earlier, that you try to figure with your logic, but through mathematical calculation, right? Did you see that this thing is right and exact? Right? And not just righteous. Your intentions was righteous. Dr. Frankenstein's intentions was righteous. But what he did wasn't right and exact. It caused death, hell, and destruction. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why we examine. When you come around, I didn't know who you were. See, I come in here and get the knowledge, give you nothing. See, that's what I'm, see, that's what I told you, man. You come in here and get out. I'll tell you who it is, look, come back next time. Because I need to know who you are.
You say come back next time as opposed to like, you ain't gonna get it all right then and there. Come back and see.
Can't, anyway.
Let me see you
But
again.
I'm not, but see, look, I got the examine. I don't know nobody that's been killed by nobody white. Personally, I don't know nobody that's been killed by nobody white. So I need to examine. But you got any other questions before I'm about to, I go into little kind of rants.
I'll be watching it.
You watch the channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a little rant right now. You know what I'm saying? About people not understanding what they build, right? And by that, what I mean, right, is to be aware of exactly what I just said, who you teaching and what you teaching. See, because first of all, this knowledge is not going to make you nothing except more of what you already is. You're not going to get this lessons and be a genius. You're not going to get the lessons and be righteous. You're not going to get the lesson. You're going to be who you are. And the lessons is just going to give you more power to do it. You understand what I'm saying? It's just, look, that's with anything in life. But the mathematics is just amplified because it's everything in life. See what I mean? But this ain't, look, if I give you a gun, it depends on who you is, what you going to do with it. You understand what I'm saying? So when people go out there, right, and you teaching and you have this idea, right, that everybody just needs the knowledge. Remember what I just said, that you just amplifying certain things. And see, as certain people, God, listen, it was already, the white man is not the beginning of negativity.
Right.
He's not the beginning of devilishment. Remember the lesson say, Yaqub played with 2 pieces of steel. So that's telling you, this negative shit been going on since he was a child. Who the fuck is playing with steel as a grown ass man? All this shit was going on for him when Yaqub was a child, so he's not the beginning of devilishment. And the white man's not the beginning of devilishment. The beginning of it is the doubt and the lack of knowledge of self. To where you start to look outside of yourself for all the answers. Even for the answers to what's right and wrong. See, that's one of the things what happens right now. Where you talk about what's right and wrong, and people start telling you about what other people did. That don't, alright, look. Like I said, we deal with mathematics, right? Mathematics is order. We was already talking about what you did. You get to that person next. How about that? You see what I'm saying? Instead of you with your Wonder Woman bracelets deflecting the truth. So you got cash, man, you come trying to stand on the square, they 52 hand blocking. One of the reasons that's happening is because people is getting the knowledge and they not getting the culture. They not understanding what this is. And see, a lot of these people, they the same people that's always saying, yo, I wish the knowledge was like it was back in the days. Well, why you don't want to do none of the stuff we was doing back in the days then? Like, where you think it was just like that by osmosis? Nah, it was like that because we made it like that. This is not Christianity. There's no fucking upper chamber. It's us, the people who was listening. Every name that you hear, not every name, but look at a lot of them names, I know those people. You come in here and live. You get one motherfucking box of chicken, we should share it. You see, what's happening, right, is that people is not examining, right? The people that's coming amongst you, they're not examining that. And then you're not continuing to examine them, saying there's no, it's like, We at the family reunion. Cat comes in. He had straight for the macaroni and cheese. Nobody in here knows him. You know, the first time, you know, look, we good, you know, we alright, you know, well, you know. Well, you know, yo, he's going in, you know, he's standing on, he's not even talking to nobody. Man, who you related to here, man? Like, who you related to? How you relate to? Oh, yeah, see, yeah, I know, Auntie, yeah.
Cousin.
That's. Oh, you by marriage, you with her. Oh, that's why I didn't know. All right, yeah, all right, it's all good. But you gotta holler at us, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, what the fuck is you doing? And I don't know what world that is not like that. See, because that's the opposite, man. Look, see, for some people, I don't know where you came from. I don't know what you, see, but for me, the knowledge saved my life. So you got a lot of motherfuckers coming to this knowledge, God. We was dealing with that reason, and they think they did something for us. No, nigga, you used our knowledge to boost yourself up. Remember who you was before you got this knowledge? Remember this shit you was talking about? Now all of a sudden it's what you did. You're saving lives. Oh, word? And because you think that, without the true and living, without the real knowledge, you out there making Frankenstein monsters, and you need to go back out there and get them. Just like Frankenstein had to go back out there and get his monster. See, because if we a family, why you bringing these people around us, man? Think about what you're doing. You're so interested, right, in doing shit the wrong way that you jeopardizing all of us. Because like I told you, we don't know these niggas. And for some people, it might be a game, but for me, it's not. Because see, like I told you, see, the brother that gave me the knowledge got returned to essence. And the brother that gave him the knowledge got returned to essence. People walk with me all the time. I don't know who the fuck they be. They know my name, everything. That's why motherfuckers have to be examined. Everything is fucking real. It ain't just in your mind where you saying you think, oh, you know, you got the knowledge and now you doing your thing. You're not responsible to nothing. No, we responsible to the universe. That's what we said, we gods of the universe, so that's what we deal with. See, when you see these different people, let me tell you something, man, ain't no 5% that don't know nobody. And we don't know them. See, when you find these 5%, right, and all their stories is about how much they was building when they was in jail. All their stories is war stories. You see what the young guy just told y'all? If you around that, and that's being the dominant factor, then nigga, you going that way. That's the way you gonna end up going. When you see these people, let me tell you something, man. When a person tell you what their history is in the 5%, understand they telling you about their fucking self. They ain't telling you nothing about the nation. Because we got all kinds of people here. And who you gravitated towards is who you gravitated towards. And you gravitated towards niggas that ain't have no knowledge because what you want to do is have fun and be down with a fad. And y'all motherfuckers ain't examining these motherfuckers to know that that's who the fuck they really are. See, put the fire on. Put the fire on and see if those motherfuckers evaporate. Look, man. I heard about a Caucasian. What's going on with my channel over here? Everything look like it's... You got me on here, what's your name?
What?
You want it? You got it? Nah, you ain't got your phone and shit.
What I just was saying?
Talking about examining.
You should put the fire on them, see if they evaporate.
Something about Caucasian.
Oh, yeah, the Caucasian.
How can I forget? Yeah, see, every time I see, look, you see what happened, right? I said something about Caucasian. Listen, people say it's me. Yeah, but you
I got to record it though, man.
Did you see that just happen?
Yeah, it just happened.
I said something about the Caucasian, and then that happened. All kinds of people getting kicked off the what's name. But look, I don't know if y'all can hear me, but look, I heard about a Caucasian that saying he's the original man.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, guy.
Wait,
hold on, before you say anything. The first two lessons say a certain thing. Did everybody else catch that? The first two lessons say who's the original man and who's the colored man. See, let me tell you something, man.
I think this particular individual said that he's not the colored man.
What?
They say he's not the colored man or the Caucasian man.
Caucasian fella?
See, like I said,
Caucasian.
we deal with knowledge of self. Now, who is he? I don't care what he said.
Right. I mean, shit, man.
I'm saying this.
But what I can see, that's a Caucasian man, lily white.
See, they ain't let me build now. They cut me off, man.
I got you right here.
They cut me off.
I got you right here.
Listen. Who's the original man? Who's the colored man? Right? Look, I don't give a fuck what you think in your mind.
Yeah, in the mind.
Right? How righteous you are. Look, I teach white people. Some of my best friends is white.
Oh, man.
No, I'm dead ass.
He's
You could be whatever you want to be in your mind, right?
Yeah.
You still got to do that 600 years, dude. You still got to go through the 600 years to come back to the original man. See what I'm saying? Just like, look, I was telling the guy, look, it's people that's in jail that they free in their mind.
Yeah.
In their mind, look, they write books and shit, they win awards and shit. It's motherfuckers that went into jail illiterate. And they got college degrees now. Because in their mind, they free. Still got to do that time, though, guy. That's the reality, man. So, yeah, we teach a colored man. Right? We teach him who he is. Look, we teach him the science and mathematics and how to use it the same way we use it, because I don't have another science. I don't have time to be, this is enough for me to have in my brain. I don't got a whole alternate thing to teach some other people. You can be tall, short, man, woman, East Coast, West Coast, and teach you the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? But when when you starting to get to this level, right? I gotta ask, where you getting this stuff from? Who taught you?
That was the same question I asked.
How did you, like, do you, see, because, things happen, right, where you might say, what's going on, wise mom? They really dissed my stream, dude. They kicked all the people off and everything.
You know who on YouTube?
So, note to self, man. Don't say nothing about other people on YouTube.
Heard you.
Use Usually they let me. Usually they usually let me go in, but this week apparently it's a no-go. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm saying, man. Clearly, man, whatever, like, look, you know, you first get the knowledge, right? Whoever it is. You don't know everything, so yeah, you know certain things you're doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know every ingredient that's derived from, you know what I'm saying, pig. You don't know every, you know what I'm saying? It's just all different things. This is a learning process, right? Because it was a process for us to get to that ignorant state. Look how much shit they did. You know what I mean? In terms of religion, miseducation, the condition we lived in, all, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All that type of shit. So yeah, it ain't gonna take one day for you to come back, right? But, you know, slow down. See what I'm saying? Just like, see, I came in here, everybody came in here, we came in to get the knowledge. Whoa, slow down, man. Slow down. There's some things you gotta get with this, man. You see what I mean? To really make it work, to really, you see what I mean? Otherwise, I'm doing you a disservice by giving you a bomb and not telling you how to use it. You see what I mean? Not telling you, yo, when you put that motherfucker down, get out of there. You see what I'm saying? I got to give you so you know, people is wigging out, man. All over it because they don't understand that there actually is a structure to this. The problem is people don't respect the structure. And see, a lot of the same people, right, that they say they are part of this, and they don't respect the culture, right? They don't respect the structure. They are part of other things that they respect the structure. They'll go be in a gang and respect that politics. They'll go be a Muslim and respect the restrictive law. They'll go down to the bank, they'll go to the job, all those different places and respect the structure. But when the 5% say, yo, you supposed to know your degrees, oh, we wildin'. See, that's because motherfuckers ain't understanding what they build. See, I understand it, so I ain't gonna let it destroy me. But see, people who don't understand what they build, right, is doing everything in their power to destroy this. Whether they know it and accept it or not.
But now it's this though, guy. You talk about Frankenstein. There's certain people who want to be a law and try to teach Caucasians, but don't know how to teach them, or don't even know the signs of even dealing with them. So they wind up producing a Frankenstein.
See, let me tell you something, man. Everybody know who they are. I don't know how much y'all missed. Yeah, somebody said we back. Who knows what happened? I don't know how much y'all missed, but if y'all missed it, what's gonna happen is y'all gonna have to check out. If Mecca is here, he's taping. So these segments that we didn't catch right here. But what was I saying?
Everybody know who they are.
Oh yeah, everybody know who they are. You see what I mean? Just like, look, when somebody tell you that you God, right? And they start pointing out the things. See what I mean? Like, just like I just start pointing out that, you know, look, our duty, right? We teachers, right? We got, supreme alphabet, S is for self and savior, right? And then I explained to you what it means, right? When I was like, yo, you know, you gotta save your daughter and your family, your community and everything, right? That's you, right? You was like, oh yeah. You know, both of y'all was like, yeah. You know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
God, white people know who the fuck they are.
Yeah, but they don't want to be the devil in the story.
God, they know who the fuck they are.
They don't want to be the devil in the story, though.
No, God,
that's the thing.
You're right, though. They know who they are.
No, they know, but in the story, of God and devil, they don't want to be the devil.
No. You talking about
they don't want to admit to
science.
Emotional science.
But what I'm telling you is that they know how white people get down, guys. They white. They know how to get down.
No, this is a fact. That's a fact.
They know who the fuck they are. What you scared to tell them for? If you scared, look, don't teach them. Go someplace else, man. It's okay.
I think he got like a little wind in his, in beneath his, that he say, yo, I don't know. You say he's argued that he's the original man. He that was his.
Yeah, but God, that's what I'm saying. Who
I know
gave
outside.
him the knowledge and wisdom? Like God, look. God, this is like a high school diploma to get in college. You need that first. You got to know that the black man is God and the white man is the devil, God. You got to know that. I don't get it, God. I'm missing God.
Motherfuckers don't want to accept that's who they are in the story.
Now I'm starting to understand what y'all mean. Yeah, there's some different shit in the 2020s. There's some different shit in the 2000s that was not around. Because I don't understand this shit. How do you miss that? How you miss that, God?
I think that go to when we was talking about how people know now what they didn't know then.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell the guys, even though we may not see everybody across the country with the shirt and the flag and having knowledge itself on that level, like the guys taught so much. Cause think about it, the only other, lessons in the NOI was rap. You feel what I'm saying? So we came Supreme Mathematics Alphabet and lessons all through the guys ciphers, build ciphers. You feel what I'm saying? You run a lot of the dudes now, even for I don't lessons. And they don't have mathematics alphabet. So it's like you could even hear in the 85 lingo words that came from us that have been normalized now. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. There was a time when black people wouldn't walk around calling each other kings and queens.
Right.
Damn sure call each other no guys. Your grandma come in there and beat your ass. Now you got Sweat God and DJ God and you know what I'm saying? Like so now it had went to a point where the devil is like, why won't be God too? What you mean? Let me get it.
Because they feel a form of superiority, being superior, trying to be God. Like, but they know they the devil. Like they know that.
Here's the thing. They still believe in him in Christianity. So you got some people, right, that they just replace everything you see in the Christian Bible, all this shit, they just replace that with the black man.
Mm-hmm.
So now you think you got magical powers, right? You see what I'm saying? Without understanding that, see, Allah is arm, leg, arm, head, right? It's what you could do right here with this, right? And this. To see if you thinking that, this makes me exalted. Nah, son. It makes you a target. Right. You see what I mean? What you want to do with it, right? You may get the love and respect of, your
they blowing you up.
You may get the love and respect of, your family, people around you and everything. You understand what I'm saying? But if you're thinking that, just because you get the knowledge, see, that's all those people that fall victim. They was waiting for it to happen. You know what I'm saying? They was waiting for the lightning bolt and shit. You understand what I mean? They never really understood what it meant that, nah, man, it's about, man, what you do with arm, leg, arm, supreme head. You understand what I'm saying? But you was waiting, when was I going to be able to make the bush burn and shit? You know what I'm saying? When is the trying to part the Great Lakes and shit, that's how that's going down. You see what I'm saying? If you still got all that Christian, look, when we say there's no mystery God, we also mean there's no mystery powers.
Right.
See what I mean? All of that shit is a part of the G, right? That's a part of the G that sold you on the shit.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? The magical powers, the nigga don't exist, and the fucking powers don't exist either.
So everything.
Yeah, you gotta pay attention to that, man.
Now, I want to ask you your history in from LA. Well, your history out there from out there.
Oh, you live out there?
Huh?
You lived out there too?
Yeah, where the phone? I live in D-Mecca at this moment, but I'm from...
You live in D-Mecca at the moment.
Yeah, at this moment, yeah.
Okay, so all right. So give me a little bit of
your...
your.
Right here, Lord? You can go up there with me.
Huh?
You do right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Add on. Yeah.
All right.
Add on to history. I'm saying with the class. You know what I mean?
Where's the bump? Yeah. With my history, just like the other name suggested, start with the gang. You feel what I'm saying? But me in LA, right, where the knowledge of self came, the area is called Leimert Park. So that happened to be in the same area where I grew up. You know what I'm saying? So even in the midst of all the ignorance, like what's cold about being an 85er, you know what I mean, when it says mental depth and power in the lessons, y'all ain't got that, but you'll hear it. It's like a symbol could be right in front of you, a word could be right in front of you, you still don't know. You know what I mean? I used to listen to Wu-Tang, my mom used to listen to Erykah Badu. We used to be at, even in LA where you seeing all this crazy stuff, dudes with khakis and all this and that. We lived in Leimert Park where, like I said, his brothers and sisters right there building. Even the guy, his family used to be out there, big building, you know what I mean? But I still, it was seeds planted in my head. You know what I mean? That's why I always tell dudes like you know what I mean, brothers like Dark Kim, is a blessing because he gonna put it out there not in a soft manner to where you feel forced, you reject it. The seed can be planted and sprout whenever it's time, you know. So it was like when I even ran into guys, you know, in the West it's real scarce, you know what I mean? It's real scarce. But when I finally ran into a cipher, you know, even though I didn't understand what they were saying at first, it was like the seeds started sprouting, like, oh, they talking that God stuff, you know what I mean? Like, you know, so it did. And so yeah, I got.
But when you ran into it, because you come from that gang culture, right? But like, how did it you know what I mean? Like, what was the impression that it left?
But that's why I spread the light on that, because in Love Our Lives, with the gang culture being so condensed, it's almost like impossible for people to believe that in the 90s or the Bill ciphers or even in the 2000s, you know what I mean, that there was dudes in the midst of all that activity that had knowledge of self. Like he said, it's really a testament more to that Allah seen and heard in all worlds. I'm talking about the real Allah, the Asiatic black man, that this truth is known from, whether you call it Masonry or call it Sufism in the Arabic world, or call it, you know what I mean, Templar, the craft, you know what I mean, whether it be garden, wherever you go. This mystery God has been used to shield the truth, you know what I mean? And like you said, okay, because you think of the game world, right? So killing, drinking, you know what I'm saying, lewdness, sex, drugs. So what that is it's like Allah world manifest, devil world manifest. Because I can tell you, the people themselves where I live, we're just people. But it's almost like the more they promote it and the more it goes on and the more they lock away those who are pushing positivity, it manifests as the lewdness, you know what I mean? So I can't deny it, you know, but I just know that in the midst of all that, it's uncles, fathers, sons, daughters, mothers who know the truth, preserve the truth, and teach the truth, you know what I mean, regardless of the struggle, regardless of the repercussion or the backlash, you know what I mean? And like he said, okay, I'm gonna keep real with you guys, because like how the guy said, you got a lot of guys who learn the belly, and that's all they run with. You know, you run into them, they drunk or smoking in the corner, they'll build with you, but that's it, you know what I mean? So when I got out, and I was lost, and I wanted to make sure I was culturing correctly, the first guy I ran into that really put me on my square wasn't even from Love Our Lives, Supreme Understanding. And he hooked me with some guys in Love Our Lives that really came from that similar background, you know what I mean? That really took me up under their wing.
It came from the gang life?
But not even just the gang life, yeah, but like more like the same area. Like I said, Love Our Lives, that kind of cross breeds there, you know what I mean? So we might be from the same area, have similar cousins, uncles, similar to the way we talk or dress. So he's just hooked me. He just be like, oh, you from Medina? We're gonna put you with some Medina guys, you know. And that don't mean that you're gonna stay with them. You know what I mean? You might start building with guys you meet from P-Line, whatever. It's just that's where we're gonna start you at. You know what I mean? You're a baby. You know what I mean? You can't.
That's it. That's it. Not to interrupt you, but see, that's a jewel right there. See, you gotta teach the people that's like you, that you can identify with, right? And the things that's happening to them, you can explain it to them. See what I'm saying? That's why it's good to teach the younger people, right? That's dealing with the same thing you're dealing with. You see what I mean? People think it's just, see like how you said, look, people say, yo, this tree is grumpy. No, God, there's a practical reason why we teach people younger than us, God. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We don't got time for niggas to be telling us he know better than us, God. You know what I'm saying?
Also, it's like how you say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's when you start meeting a lot of the guys who want to add on. You understand? It's like even now because of that big gap. Like I taught a lot in the belly, but it's not the same as the, because in there you can only go to knowledge, wisdom, understanding. I don't care what you think. You can't culture it for real. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like until you can culture it, you can't feel the power.
You ain't free.
Yeah,
you ain't got your freedom to live your culture.
So it's like that gap between that and getting the chance to actually culture it. I still approach you with that humility of a child, like. You feel what I'm saying? And what that does for me is I see certain guys, now that the nation have grown, you got older dudes who go, oh, I heard that still, you know, Cool J, Wu-Tang, would be down. And it's like, they're not even here for the knowledge, really. They're here for the I want to be stamped. Because we're the only nation that can come in the name of our line is true, it's real. You know what I mean? Everybody else can, the 5%, as the degree says, is the poor righteous teachers, you know what I mean? Right. Who teach the truth. So all the human families, civilized people, Muslim son. Okay, but only this nation comes in the name of Allah. You know what I mean? And that means something. That's why you see so many rappers and just different people, even sports, that want to come in the name of Allah, but like he said, don't want to actually do the lessons. They go adhere to the sports manager, what he's saying, at 5 in the morning, they can't get a degree in. Or, you know, it's no tree to grow from that because there's no root being planted. Like I said, the roots that was planted in my mind always, you know, no matter what I get caught in, there.
What was the response to your peers? Or what was your peers' response to when you get into knowledge?
Complete negativity. You know, because as degrees teachers, right? See, what the guy built on, he stood on that did the devil. And what you gotta understand is, let's take them out of the mainstream. Most of their, what you would call gang, underworld type thing, they pushed that they're the devil. Proudly.
Yeah, they do. Demon time.
Right?
Demon time.
Before we start saying things, I'm talking about they push that proud. Like, they did the horns, the sexual stuff, people getting all that. Like, yeah. So, with us, you either the piece with magnetic, you feel what I'm saying, and so, or not. So it's like the response was, okay, it's the truth. So we can't even entertain it.
Because they didn't want to entertain truth?
Because they're living the lie. It's one thing to like. See, you going to church. This is the cold part. The streets have got so cold now, right? Because the truth is out there. That you might even go into a religious place and build with them, and you can scientifically break something down there. Right? Because they're the biggest enemy. They'd rather be, their ways are actually like a snake of the grafted type. But see, in the streets, they're just like, man, we know all that. We don't care. Fuck that. What's that gonna do for you? They're just hard to paint. But this is what I love about it though. Father Allah came out the temple to teach. In you know what I'm saying, with the grave diggers, right? And my peers' response being so hard in the paint against it is what made me have to stand on it. You say, you feel what I'm saying? Like, is it real or not? Because I did an interview with guys who was like, what you mean? Because I said something about the East, and I was saying, no, I didn't mean it disrespectfully. I was saying, like, in the East, it's already been so glamorized to be a god. You can almost use it to slide in. You can even get your 120 in. Yeah, you know, I'm God.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Listen, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But then, you know, you go somewhere where they don't like that, you enemy number one. It's just, that's why I agree with the name Crip Jesus, because it became like the Book of John, where he's teaching them, hey, you the guys and we the guys, we can do this and that. And they're like, nigga, we're gonna kill you for even saying that. Forget even examining if we can do that, or we got an arm, leg, or a head, none of that. We gonna kill you for even speaking that the God superpowers that we believe in, these mysteries, have anything to do with you, us, or anything of that nature. If you acting like it's not a mystery.
You know what that is? Is that when people got a world like they created, right? It's like there's, you know, especially certain people that's really in tune with that world, right? They understand that there's certain things that can't be introduced into this world, and we still survive doing this. Like, you can't, all this helping people and shit, like, nah, son, we can't.
And see, that goes to,
we can't think like that, son.
Well, I'll tell somebody about the tribe of Al-Bar. Like, it's mental. You know, they want to argue, we should bash them. That don't have nothing to do with the, you know what I'm saying? This is a mental. When you join the mathematical tribe and you cut that off, like he said, the darkness can't stand anymore. Yeah. Lightness cancels out darkness. You feel what I'm saying? It's not vice versa. Right. So there you have it. So it can't even be a speck of light. Even a match illuminates what's in the room in the dark house. You know what I'm saying? They can't have that. Now you want to light more matches. Pretty soon there's not gonna be darkness left in here.
Sorry, he tried to blow that shit out before he.
But here's the cold part though. We don't see how the devil in why does the devil teach that? To make our people a slave, also use them as a tool. Because what happens is, use our people as a tool, also make them a slave. Because what happens is, when you have the darkness, right? And it's like you see in the streets, whether it be a pimp with a young girl or a big homie with his little homies. Their best tool on you is to get you out of where you understand what's going on. Get you somewhere where you get what I'm saying, where it's darkness. Now you're desperate, now you're ignorant, you're vulnerable. Knowledge is power, you feel what I'm saying? Right. When they take away all these things we depend on, all we're gonna have is knowledge. Right. You're gonna have to join the tribe algebra to survive. Because you're not gonna know how to put nothing together. You know, you're not gonna know what, you know what I mean? Because like he said, it's not about the magical power. Everybody's hoping that somebody's gonna fly down here and you're gonna say the right Shama Lama Lama disappear and hop on the wing and fly away.
Yeah, that's what they think, God.
You know what I'm saying? And they understand that's when you're gonna finally have to use your arm, legs, and head. Like he said, his first thing he's gonna say is, "Where's the bathrooms?"
You say we just play somebody's paradise. Yeah, listen. See, that's the science of building. You know what I mean? That's the science of building on every level. And see, like how you said, look, everybody want to be a star. Nobody want to do the legwork. See, even this right here. Yeah, you send this legwork involved. You understand what I mean? It's just everybody else got shit. I got shit to do too. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody want to be a star. Everybody want to be Malcolm X. You don't got to be Malcolm X. If you one person, see, look, if you one person, right, trying to affect two people. You know what I'm saying? Now, in the knowledge, right, we was told, well, I was told, you got to affect 9 people. You know what I'm saying? Other brothers was told 10 people. You know what I'm saying? I was told 9 people, like a lot, had his 9 born, you got a born 9. You understand what I'm saying? That's it. We don't gotta be Malcolm X and save the whole, you know what I'm saying? That's sometimes when people is fucking up that. See what I'm saying? Because see, even those people, they didn't start out to save the whole world. They started out to deal with the situation. You know, we got this situation where the bus niggas boycotting them. All right, we going, you know, or they not let people on the bus. We gonna go out there and handle that business.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Now, years later, you seeing the impact of the seed being planted.
Yeah.
Right? Now you got a whole forest here because that tree grew and seeds dropped off of that tree and those trees grew and trees, you understand what I mean? So now it's this whole big thing that's happening from civil rights. You see what I mean? But it's the same type of thing. You know, when it was time to go out there and get beat with those sticks and the dogs biting and all that shit, yeah, it was work involved with that. And see, everybody who want to be that, you ain't ready to put in that work.
No, hell no. that's
You understand what I'm saying?
half the time that's why they want to be there, to avoid the work.
Yeah.
They Jesus. He walked. He already got beef with us.
Just a
Peace
couple
now.
people around you. That's all you got to deal with, man. You know what I'm saying? Just think about that. If only 1/4 of the people in the world decide to help 2 people, that would be 75% of the people in the world.
Where you going?
You understand what I'm saying? But see, every motherfucker is trying to come out and affect 80,000 people.
Mhm.
You know, 8 billion people, or whatever the count is, what they trying to do. You understand what I mean? First of all, because you get money. I see them. See, my channel, I don't, you know, no, don't get me wrong. I got people that support the channel. But see, if I was on here telling these people that, look, I got the keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be getting crazy. You see what I'm saying? See, where I fuck up at, I come and reveal the pimping. Let me tell you the greatest pimping. This is the greatest pimping. I don't care who you get. It's never been pimping greater than this. The greatest pimping of all time is original sin. That you was born fucked up. So you gotta pay me.
Let's go.
You gotta pay me something. Hey, look, Holmes over here with the white robe and the plate. Yeah, put it over there. That's it, saying. How could you get better than that? Saying you was born fucked up.
Right.
I ain't got to break you. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I seen that shit. Once I be in church, once I went to church, I see it. It's a business.
Yeah.
That shit is a business.
You don't want to fuck with me? See, cats that don't fuck with me, it don't work out good for them. Got the devil out there. You want to come with the pimpin'. You know what I'm saying? You want to come with the pimpin'. It don't get better than that. That's why they got everybody. You see what I'm saying? Because look, through me and putting money in that plate, you come back on my side.
But how people don't look at that shit as weird though? That's what I don't understand.
They used to it. It was raised like that.
Mm-hmm.
Born into it.
Yeah, that's all a part of the pimping.
Man.
It's that, listen, you know, now that you're down, you know,
You gotta pay what
look,
did he say, like
we can let you
20%.
into, we can let
20%
you into the upper chamber, right? But it's about how much you paying the pimping.
Yeah, they
So
crazy.
you ain't tithing right. You're tithe, you ain't tithing right. You ain't paying the pimping right. So you ain't gonna come up like that. You don't get better than that. I don't care who you get the bishop, you get pimping king, you get sinful to P, it don't matter. They don't get better than that. But see, like you said, I see it clearly.
Yeah.
Other people don't see it.
And it's crazy that they don't see it.
You said the devil keeps us blind to ourselves so he can master them.
Exactly.
It says, you see, here's the cold part of the lesson. It says illiterate means ignorant. So now, you say, well, I can read. That's on the basic
you
level.
read between the lines.
Now,
Yeah, right.
It seems like what he was saying, right? That's where the studying comes in at, right? Because see, look, when we go into the history, we find that even in the Bible, right? One of the ways how they conceal the pimping, right, is by not giving us all the scriptures. See, they had a particular slave Bible that only had, we don't want to use, this used to be a Hotep channel. But they only had the part that was appropriate for the young ladies. They didn't have the part the pimping had all the scriptures. They only gave us the part that said, yeah, you was born fucked up, you gotta pay the pimping. That's it. So they didn't even know. But I digress. Where you
I live in Coney Island.
I left, so we didn't get to the lessons. I ain't been in a while.
Right. But what was the last thing you got?
Shit. We were talking about, last time I was here, it was the 28th.
Right.
Damn.
28th of what?
Yeah.
February?
February?
Well, I was going for a minute too.
December?
Yeah.
I was going for a minute too.
Yeah, I was coming.
I took a little hiatus. Then my old earth returned to the essence and shit. I had to take a minute. That's why I came in with that new music. That's what I said.
Yeah, that's why I ain't coming around.
Oh, that's a beat machine right there? That's the beat pad right there?
Nah, this is the broadcast.
Oh.
I got this right here. Like I said, see, look, my supporters on the channel. I got this right here, do sound effects and all that stuff. But I was coming in the mix. But now I'm saying, where you at though? What you got? I remember you had the alphabet.
That's it. That's where we start. And then
you didn't get your physical degree?
Nah. All we did was that day we just talked about the wisdom build to destroy, and we broke it down. He was teaching me how to break it down from what wisdom was, and then what build to destroy was, how to bring it together as far as like the math and that.
All right, you gotta get your physical degree.
I got a question, guy. I had an argument with some guys at D-Mecca. I was taught alphabet with mathematics, meaning that like if you ask me knowledge, wisdom degree, and supreme alphabet, I'm gonna tell you love, hell, or right. If you ask me wisdom, knowledge degree, supreme alphabet, I'm gonna tell you you're not verse, right? I've had guys tell me now cipher.
So you don't mix them. Well, how I say, I don't know the guard bell on that, but how I say it, a lot of times brothers wouldn't say don't mix it is because it can be confusing. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody would try to like we talk about like Wu-Tang, when you talk about the 409, 311, like, you know what I'm saying? That's confusing. Like what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like you want to keep it simple. But however, everything does have a mathematical order. So, like you said, when you see like the 12th letter of the alphabet,
and see the guy that said this to me, right? I said, well, I'm not going to challenge your cipher and say that that's wrong. I'm just saying that, and I'm glad we record. I'm just saying this, Lord. Tribe algebra, supreme mathematics. That's what we on in this nation. Most of the mathematics, like the guy said when I walked in here, I walked in at the perfect time. And there's not an alphabet that exists that doesn't have a mathematical order to it, right? Exactly, Lord?
Right. See, here's the thing, is that when you speaking, right? When you speaking, a lot of times it seems synonymous. But this is one of the best examples that see cipher And supreme mathematics is 0. And supreme alphabet is 15.
Exactly.
Right? Now, one thing to lock people's minds in, right? What does mathematics mean? Let's pretend it's money. I owe you cipher in the alphabet.
Yeah. And then you got equality. Yeah, it gets tricky.
I give you cipher in the mathematics. See, you gonna say, nah, it's not right, is that?
Right.
So that's what it means. Now you're right in terms of it got a number and that number coincides with it. Right? But in terms of once we start to use slang, like you said, like now if you want to substitute things, it starts getting mixed up. You know what I mean? Like when you say y equals self, right? Equals is a mathematical thing, right? English is a those are two different subjects, right? English and math, right? So you can't just add like see in letters, right? 2 6s is 2 F's. If you add 2 F's, what you get? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it don't you start to go off the deep end when you take it too far. When you take it past what you just said, that everything coincides with mathematics. You understand what I mean?
But I do get what you're saying though, because I've even flew off that like in my learning, like get to twisting the name up and born in the name and saying it means this and that.
And getting too much stuff, you know what I mean? Then once you start getting the things where it's like, alright, well, Earthborn's God, Devilborn's God,
Dogborn God.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you start getting all these different things and then you see that, alright, there's a science to this, right? But it's not for all worlds. There's
I almost look at it like what you said is right, exact. Like how you would see, even in math, the higher level you go, like when you get to geometry, algebra, calculus,
right?
The same numbers you saw before, now they got these little symbols next to them and stuff that they make them completely different. You have to have this certain level of intelligence to kind of like logically understand that don't go with it. You know what I mean? And I kind of see it like that because I was telling the guy, because I was going back and forth, I said, by knowing that the mathematics is supreme alphabet, that's how I figured out a lot of the Mason devil talk. When they be sliding stuff, I said, that's how I figured out KKK was 11, 11, 11.
Look in the beginning of your book. I think you got your physical degree. I think I recall giving it to you.
We got the 7 characteristics of what?
Well, hold on, you said 22, right?
Yeah.
You was building with that on me about that today.
Oh, I see.
I know that's what that was. Yeah, 22. We talk about the founder.
It's my system.
I didn't know what physical degree was. I remember whatever.
That's your age. See what I mean? See, look, I told you, look, you gotta get the knowledge of yourself, right? And then when you write, then you build with everybody. See what I'm saying? That's what happens. You, like I said, when you go to all them other places, they start telling you about stories about other people and shit, and how they fucked up on top of that, and how that's your responsibility. You know what I'm saying? They Adam and Eve did this, and now we born in original sin. You know what I'm saying? Like nah, that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it depends on what people. Some people think some things is real. You know what I'm saying?
I want to add on with you, like, but the whole Crip Jesus thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, as a 5%, like, I was like really like a conflict of interest in terms of like, you know, the gang world and this world. But I know that you see, you study, you know, and you use that as a tool to reach your people or people that you grew up with. But what was that? What is well, how do you see it? You know what I'm saying? The whole
I'm glad you worded it that way.
And your righteous name is not
King El Allah, yeah.
King El.
But when I came with that name, it's because I seen it as, I feel like when you look at power degree, right? In the 1 through 14, it says, why did we take Jerusalem for the devil? How long ago? Because one of our righteous brothers who was a prophet by the name of Jesus was buried there. He used his name to shield his dirty religion. It's called Christianity. Jesus' teaching was not Christianity, it was freedom, also to deceive the people so they would believe in him. That's a big part. Also to deceive the people so they would believe in him. And I like that part because it shows you that there was a knowledge of Islam having no beginning, no ending, this being a prophet of that, and them using that to twist and get in. It wasn't like the people were just ignorant. They said, "You ever heard of Jesus?" No, we're gonna show you something. Like, people knew about Isa, you feel what I'm saying? And they ran with it. You know what I mean? How they flipped the picture and so on and so forth. Same thing when it shows you that Columbus is a half original and so on and so forth, right? And okay. Also to see people say believe in him. Jesus' teaching was not Christianity, it was freedom, justice, equality. Then it says Jerusalem is in Palestine, Asia Minor. That's big, what we're saying, because you see today that's called Israel. You feel what I'm saying? As of 64, 70 something. Now that's called Israel. So that goes back to what we were saying earlier about how the lessons keep going. Because you look at power degree, it says Jerusalem is in Palestine, Asia Minor. Today they're going to tell you Jerusalem is in Israel. See? So lessons is going to awaken you. It then calls it Palestine, Asia Minor. They don't even call that area Asia Minor no more. They've flipped the whole map on you so far, right? We're not even barely halfway through the degree. You know what I'm saying? Jerusalem was name given by the Jews, which means founded in peace. You know what I'm saying? It was first built by an original man called Jebus, also Salem area. Now that blew me away because when I first just memorized degrees, I didn't go look up the Jebusites and find out Melchizedek was the ruler of Salem, which is before it's called Jerusalem, and
besides the Canaanites and all of them.
Yeah, and then you have Melchizedek being Greek. His name is Malik Sadiq. I mean, this stuff this all from power degree though. Just not even power degree. Just that one little part I'm talking about with the Jebus Salem area. Then it says about 750 years ago, right? And I do the math on that coming from the date of the lessons, 1934 or 1933, because we deal with lost found Muslim knowledge. You go back to what would be 1183. You feel what I'm saying? And you get the Holy Crusades. Now, back to what you're saying about the name and how I see it. I see it as, like I said, they take the stories and they run with them. Jesus, that's just in this translation how we saying it. How it says a power degree, they take his story and they use it to shield their dirty religion. His teaching was freedom, justice, equality. So, in the reality, if you step outside of what the preacher's saying, because that's what we're dealing with today, the hippie with the sandals, this is why people get appalled. What? I'm telling guys like, oh no, he's in lessons. The person we're talking about, right? He was against religion. You feel what I'm saying? He says, you are gods. I'm the son of God. We do this, such, other. He's not dealing with the Samaritans, or they say the story of the Samaritans, the Levites. You feel what I'm saying? He's not dealing with any of these crews or groups. You know what I mean? And he's coming out saying, hey, we the guys. Now, they took that and twisted, don't get it wrong. So it's about bearing witness and showing forth that these people putting these titles on and glamorizing are original man, just like us, the original Asiatic black man, who we have the power within us. Once you know that once you can show and prove that you're the maker, the owner, cream of the planet Earth, father of civilization, God of the universe, then you too, you feel what I'm saying, on the same level as Isa, Jesus, whatever you want to call him. You know, the brother of power degree. 1 through 14, you know what I'm saying, who was with the war over that city. You feel what I'm saying, behind it. Same thing you see with the different Buddhas, or you feel what I'm saying, the imams. Because they'll tell you Muhammad, but really, you got Uthman, you got these people that came right after that was caliphs. You understand what I'm saying? So you have these leaders, these universal leaders. This is not, what's crazy is what we're talking about. When you look at, let's say, ancient Egypt, right? When you look later, if you get, I don't want to get too spazzy, but if you just look later, like he was saying, we deal with now. They got so caught up in getting magical that they started coming with all type of gods.
Yeah, facts.
Right? And they weren't even far off from what they were saying. They just were separating everything. So I like Allah of the sun. I'm Allah. We're the Allah sun gods. You feel what I'm saying? You're the water god. But they're going as far as sacrificing people and all that. You know what I mean? A lot of people want to glamorize that stuff, but when you look further back, which a lot of people don't, like you said, 30 dynasties. When you look further back, and you even look at their names, simple. Ka Aman. But they always talk about the Amen. The one before Ra and so on and so forth. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just, then there's always a king leader who's Amen in the flesh. You feel what I'm saying? So they weren't coming from this whole spazzy mystery guy. They were coming from arm, leg, arm, head. Yeah. Whatever you do to him, you did to us. Right. That's where the whole king shit mentality and movement structure came from. It was from this movement of the original Islam, mathematics. You know what I mean? Dates and the times and one leader, one head. That's all been watered down with different names.
And remix.
But I say all that to say is Crip Jesus is like, okay, I'm Crip Jesus, we're gonna drink the most 40 ounces and smoke the most people. The God of Crip, you feel what I'm saying? Like, that's what they want to see. You know what I mean? That's what they hear. They go, oh yeah, but they see 5%. I'm God, Asiatic. Oh hell no! Hang this nigga from a cross. Kill him. Not the white man. What happens to Jesus? People don't admit this. The white man said, "I'm scared to kill this dude. We're going to do it because we have to." His people want to kill him. Remember, they said, "No. We don't teach that over here." You feel what I'm saying? It's almost like this is what your grandma and them gonna say. What you mean you don't eat no pork? And what's crazy is, like I said about the guys teaching so much though, we're getting to a point now though where you see that. The guys that contest, there used to be hard to go find some vegan restaurants and stuff like that. This is all the work. You know what I mean? Dr. CB being mentioned by Nipsey. It's the same guys that taught me. That had him under there when he just never got 120 and fully, you know what I mean? So he's got caught in that devilishment. You know what I mean? But it's to show and prove that if you actually read the story, what you're going to experience, what he experienced was 5%. He became part of that small percent that's rejected, the rejected stone. You know what I mean? And that's what's going to happen to you. You know what I mean? But like the guy said, you only worry about that if you're doing it for praise. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you only, because even if you look on the internet and say, oh, you having a good time, like, nah, they reject you. Feel what I'm saying? It's like, that's the reality, you know what I mean? You even got people who are like you, and oh, I like your qualities, your character. Or you come in the name of Allah. It ain't about the belief. Because we don't deal with belief. We showing and proving. I don't care.
How you think, that's how
What you learned while you was here? Was the trip worth it?
Yeah,
today?
Of course. Honestly, I what I've learned today is, there's people out there that got a little more understanding, just like me. You know what I mean? Sometimes I speak to my peers, and a lot of them don't think like me. A lot of them caught up in a lot of the devilish ways, if you want to say, or they just don't know. They just don't know. And I felt like that for a long time as well. So, sometimes when I speak to people, I feel like I'm the only person talking. And I know I don't know everything. I'm an experienced person, but sometimes I just want to just listen as well.
Right. Alright. That's peace.
So you got what you came for, basically.
Yeah.
Now look, I'm gonna tell you, because you about to leave, but all of y'all, right? Everybody look, except her, right? If y'all wouldn't come back and start studying this, right? You gotta fast 3 days. That's just water.
Drink water.
Yeah, just water. See, all the signs that we talking about, right? You gotta show and prove that to yourself. See, like how I told you that, look, you got these things that's here in the realm of 6, right? And you got these things that's up here, right? One of the things that's in the realm of 6 is our body. See what I mean? So you gotta show yourself just what your power is, right? That you can master what's on that realm of 6. See, because food is something that you need. So if you can master that, right? Imagine all these other trials and tribulations that we're talking about. You see what I mean? That's something where you're going to learn about who you are. You know what I'm saying? And during that time, take the time to study, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, that you got that, it's going to feed the mind, right? We're not going to feed the body, we're going to feed the mind, if that's what you're going to do. I'm just telling y'all, don't show up the next time saying I'm ready for the lessons.
I ain't fast.
Yeah, you gotta fast 3 days. Now look, you can bullshit me, but that's the kind of nigga you gonna be. That's the kind of nigga you is, and don't think it ain't gonna show eventually.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But, peace, black man.
Peace.
Peace.
See you again. What, tomorrow? Same time?
Peace.
Yeah, tomorrow, Mondays and Tuesdays I'm here.
I can still come, even though it ain't gonna
Yeah,
be 3
you
days.
don't fast,
It ain't.
yeah.
I'm saying it ain't gonna be 3 days tomorrow.
Oh yeah, nah, you can listen tomorrow.
Oh no.
So before you get the lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And another thing I was thinking,
So
right?
also take your time with that too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Another thing I was thinking when I was in here, right?
I'm used to it.
right.
Another thing I was thinking, you know what I'm saying, while the brother was talking, right, is I don't know if y'all can tell on the live right there, right? So we got a baby in here with us. She's about 7 years old.
Yeah, almost.
You know what I'm saying? And as I was doing the knobs, I was like, I used to beat her. Like my pops used to take me at the time. There used to be people that used to talk right here in front of the state building.
Across the street?
Yeah, they used to have like podiums out there and microphones, and used to be people talking, right? And look, I used to be just like her. I was just there. I wasn't really paying attention, but I was around that wisdom. I was hearing those words, and I do remember. Look, it was a brother he got up there. He was talking. He was like, "Yeah, so, yo, I ran into Malcolm X." But he didn't say Malcolm. He said, I ran into Malcolm. Boom. So I said, Pops, yo, ask my pops, who we talking about? He said, well, Malcolm X. This nigga know Malcolm X. That was what I was thinking, like, Malcolm X. There was a dude there, he got up there, he was talking about, yeah, man, I was talking to motherfucking, what's the dude, I was talking to Kwame Nkrumah, he goes, I know these motherfuckers, like, you know what I'm saying? But being in the midst of that, just saying that years later, when I heard these words, right, I was attuned to that. Yes, I mean, that level of talking, I was already in tune with it. It attracted me. It already had attracting power from that type of thing. So I just was thinking, it just reminded me of that. Just seeing her back there, just doing her thing. Don't seem like she paying attention, but she is.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's peace.
You fasting?
That was good.
And that was the hardest, but it's like once I did it a few times, like I had to do it with all my students, like it's really like
That's funny as shit.
it's really like the hardest shit you can do. Not hard in a bad way, like it's so hard. I mean like it's the toughest like to make you feel what I'm saying? Because it's like it's been times I might have been in a financial crunch and be like, I mean, I'm not to go without food, like I'm good. Like, and then in Ramadan, like in Orthodox out Islam, I call that cheating fasting because you're eating when the sun's down.
Yeah.
You know, a real 72 is just water in your body for 72 hours.
Well, that's also an exercise of your mind power.
I know this
Mind power is God power.
Today. I usually have a bowel movement of something that probably wasn't gonna come out the other day. That usually happens to me because like I literally clear out in that God wisdom hours.
Yeah, there's good effects, you know, for the body as well. You know what I'm saying? But you know, just see everything that God says is right, exactly. But see, I just don't want to mislead people. Don't think you purifying yourself. Like you gonna fast 3 days and then you come now you holy. or the 29 years or whatever the fuck you was doing is cleansed from you now.
That's a process.
You just learn something about yourself. Like both of them just told you. See, like even when he just told you something about his body that he learned about his whole science of digestion. You see what I mean? That he never would have learned if he didn't do that. See, that's the science with this mathematics, right? We never really know until we apply it. You understand what I'm saying? We just sat here, we just said all this. Now you gotta go out there and live it though.
Right.
See? And like I said, that's when it gets hard. You know what I mean? Or, like I said, look, you might go out there and live it, that part might be easy, but then the consequences might be hard. You understand what I'm saying? So whatever the case is, but you don't know until you actually apply it. You see what I'm saying? Like a person can say they know how to build a building. You know, if the roof fall on us, we know they don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? That the proof is in the pudding right there. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with this mathematics, right? Is that we saying it, but when we go out there and apply it, does it really work? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the things what I'm saying is because I already had this experience. Y'all already had this experience is what I'm talking about. We know we spoke about. So, but that's why I say you gotta write your own book because now you about to go out there and have experiences that I don't know nothing about. I don't know you was involved with that. I don't know the people you dealing with. I don't. You understand what I'm saying? So you gonna be the best knower of that. You see what I'm saying? So that's why look, I gave you the same thing what I got. That's why we consider this the greatest nation, right? Is because we don't make you waste no time. I already told you what I can tell you. Everything else you're going to learn, right, is going to be about building yourself up to the idea that now you have in your mind of yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning like you said at home, you're a musician, right? You want to do music at a certain point, but now you got to go put all the shit together. You got to go get the equipment. You got to get the knowledge of how to use the equipment. You got to get the, the instruments, the samples, whatever it is that you want to use, right? You got that idea. Somebody, you might have seen somebody making beats and was like, yo, I want to do that. But now you got to go back and do all that legwork to get to that point. See, we ain't gonna make you study 35, 50 years. We ain't gonna make you carry our water. You ain't gotta wash our drawers. You ain't gotta do. You understand what I'm saying? None of that. But you is gonna have to do something for you, or we gonna tell you to go ahead. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people don't want to accept. When we tell them, go ahead. shout out, you know, to the brothers. We had the God Almighty come out here from Detroit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Shout out to his pops.
But real quick, wait, you want to add on something though, man? You
No, from LA, bro.
Oh, you from LA? My bad.
from LA.
It's on charge, but you know, yeah, the guy came out. Hey, look, you better, guys. Say your name one more time. Your righteous name?
King El Allah.
King El Allah. You know what I mean? So now all of y'all know when y'all see Jesus in the future, y'all have to let people know that that's King El Allah.
I know you go through a lot with 5% is on that name on Crip Jesus thing, like because
Shit, even King El Allah, they got chewed up. Like the guys don't play, you know what's up. But I like it though. I don't want to be, you know, part of nothing where it's, hey, what's up, brother?
You know, not for nothing. I did hear that a lot from the brothers that's from the West Coast. They always said that, listen, you know, like he said, on face value, it's like, yo, when people start talking that righteous shit, we be like, nah, some soft shit, we ain't fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? But they was like, yo, nah, the guys, yeah, we fucking with that. So, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna
now real quick, I said, Almighty, you got anything you want to add on?
Oh yeah.
Free all the gods, free praying, free your weed, free your mob, you know what I'm saying? Nation will continue, you know what I'm saying? Peace to the gods.
Peace.
Alright.
Peace to the gods.
So
Free the gods.
you know, of course y'all know we here tomorrow at 7 o'clock, so you know, I gotta hand everything into it. So we're going to sign off right now, say peace from the G building. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the brothers that came through. What's your name?
Anthony, aka Swervy.
Anthony.
Swervy.
We'll leave it at Anthony. You know what I'm saying?
I can say this. The babies are the greatest. Don't be scared to tell the babies. Because I remember one time, this is something I just remembered. I remember one time it was a brother came down from Leimert Park. And he had the flag. We didn't know what it was, right? My mom. And he said, man, son, you can have them wear these jackets with the flag. Woo. But she didn't want to tell me. Like, yeah, we got, you feel what I'm saying? Or the black man is God, you feel what I'm saying? So she just was like, yeah, look at this, it means this, that. I don't think he's ready. Cause I'm like, what that mean? No words, bro. I'm like, why is the 7? You know what I mean? I caught on. You know what I mean? So, you know, and look at me now. You know, so who knows?
How long ago was that?
I was young.
So this was
I was like a lot of youngsters that wanted to do music. So what the brother was saying was, hey, we could put the flag on his jacket when he's rapping. Put the flag out there.
Black man, this is what I'm telling you. Even, see, that's why I said, see, God, who we are is who we are, God. You see what I'm saying? You didn't get it that time. Because, it was in you.
Yeah.
So the magnetic, see, you is a piece of steel with the magnetic. You see what I'm saying? And that's your birthright and your knowledge. So see, you was going to continue to be attracted to situations where that was the possibility. And then that was just the time you crossed the line. You know what I'm saying? When you met the individuals that way. See, like how you could look back, see, like this is how I said with her. That I remember when I used to be there and people were saying certain things and I didn't understand it. But then when the time comes, so like you said, everything I'm just agreeing with you. I'm not knowing. Is that like you said, God, you know, don't, you know, make sure this knowledge stays around the babies and the babies stay around this knowledge. See what I mean? Because they going to take it places where it's not even, the places they going to take it don't even exist now. Right? You know what I'm saying? So we can never take it there.
Yeah, because it wasn't even no Bieber cell phones or none of that.
Hey, look, now we on the internet.
All that we did, so.
God, listen, I remember when we didn't build on the phone.
Yeah.
They must record the phone, how you see things agree now. God, I see we go to school at. Where you live at? I'll come over there and build with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so what I'm saying, wasn't no building on the phone. Now we're on the internet. This, that. God, look, like I told people, God, just seeing y'all people from LA. God, ask Born God, we first met Born God, we was looking at him like, yo, nigga's like an alien or something. So how the fuck he got the knowledge in LA? Yo, you know his lessons too. We was yo, God, we couldn't picture that shit, God. Like, yo, move from way out there, how you got the knowledge? You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, that just shows you, God, how this thing is gonna happen, man, and how you look. That's why the babies is the greatest. That's why they don't understand. Because they got the crystal clear vision to see things, man, that we already blinded to. You understand what I'm saying? But, you know, yeah, you know, for you already doing it. See, it's something, that's what I said, we already living it out. That's what I said. See, I'm just going to tell you, from what I see you doing already, right? You came here to get the knowledge, you brought your little brother and your daughter with you, right? You already doing the thing.
Thanks.
I'm just going to tell you, you know, I'm giving you the details of what it is that you're doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You didn't know that's what you was doing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, when you make beats, you may not know what every note is that you're playing or whatever, right? But you're doing it. And that is the real important thing, the application. So, you know, yeah, that's look. And that's how you stop these motherfucking Frankenstein people. Teach the babies, man. Because I'm telling you nothing about the babies. They don't play, God. See, a lot of that shit you talking about, you know, people talking about this tree is harsh. The babies don't give a fuck about that. The babies don't give a fuck. This shit ain't right, we gonna let you know, son. You understand what I'm saying? That's how you keep this shit real. Motherfuckers, you think the niggas gonna administer this into righteousness. No, the baby's gonna put the heat on your ass. And that's how it's gonna be righteous. At any rate, once again, shout out, we wanna say peace.
If Mecca did this.